Right, guys, what is the topic for today?
Handling events.
No. Who said handling events?
Me, sir.
No, you didn't see the topic in the WhatsApp group link?
No, sir, I just logged in.
Okay, so it is GUI programming, page number 155.
Okay, sir.
155, page number 155. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Graphical user interface. Okay. So having said that, guys, I just want to give you one quick information. Okay. I mean, information about the class itself, that today's class might be, not might be, most of the time, 80% of the time, it would be boring. Okay. It would be boring. What is it, guys? It would be boring. The reason is that, okay, there is nothing much to teach in this. Okay. It's all about APIs that you'll have to use, and I will show you the APIs that has to be used and all that, and you can make use of those APIs to build your graphics. Is that okay? So please don't feel bad if the class is really boring today and tomorrow, because it's all about APIs. There is no concept to be explained. It's all built-in library, and I would be introducing you to a lot of APIs. Okay. Now, having said that, if you can actually go through these APIs, or if you go through the concept that I'm explaining you today, this is the same concept used in any programming language for doing GUI programming. Is that okay, my dear friends? Okay. So this, only the API's name would change or the libraries used would be changed, but the concept remains the same. You go to, take up any graphical user library for in C language, or in, Qt, or in, do it using Python, using tkinter, or any programming language for that matter. The concept remains the same. Okay. Only the name of the APIs would actually change, right? So having said that, I'm going to give you the basic foundation, what is actually required for your graphical GUI, that is graphical user interface. Okay. And the basics are, which I've already given over there. Okay. So can you please tell me that, read that out, Firasat?
Yes, sir.
Page number 155.
Yes, sir. Classification of GUI related classes.
Okay. So what are they? How many domain? There are three types of classes. What are they?
Container classes, component classes, and helper classes.
Yeah, guys, can you please put that in the chat box? What are those three types of classes? Okay, which will help us do our graphical user interface programming, GUI programming. What are they? Please put that in the chat box. Container classes, okay, component classes, helper classes. Container, component, and helper classes. Okay, now let me give you an analogy. Guys, shall I give you an analogy? Just say analogy in the chat box. Just say analogy in the chat box. I'll be giving you an analogy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Super. Now, Firasat, you have gone to college.
Yes, sir.
I know it's a crazy question. Okay. So you have gone to college. In your college, do you have notice board?
Yes, sir, we have.
Okay. How is that notice board made up of?
It's made up of iron, sir, with magnets on it.
Iron with magnets. Seriously, your notice board is made up of iron? I don't think
Yes,
so. Yeah?
they paste the notice with magnet on it.
Magnet is okay, but I don't know. I'm hearing it for the first time. I might be probably not seen. Nityashri says it is made up of wood and sponge. Yeah, it is kind of wood and velvet, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Some of that kind.
Some are like
also.
that, isn't it? Okay. So basically you will have a wooden frame, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You will have a wooden frame, correct? No? Right? See here, it's like this. You will have a wooden frame. Okay, that is a base, isn't it? The wooden frame would be the base. Agree, disagree?
Yes, sir.
Guys, agree, disagree, guys? This would be the wooden frame would be the base. Okay, that will be the foundation for your notice board, isn't it? And now on that, what would be there? Tell me on that, what would you place on that? Okay, so you can place, listen to me guys, okay, you can place the articles directly on the wood also, that is also possible, but that is not the right way to do it, isn't it? So what they do
Yes.
is, on top of it they actually put a velvet sheet kind of thing, isn't it? A sponge kind of sheet, or I don't know what you call that sheet. Okay, a sponge kind of sheet, purple color and red color, brown color and all that. So Firasat, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So you'll have that kind of thing, and then what you do is, you basically paste articles on it, you pin articles on it, isn't it?
Yes,
You
sir.
pin whatever articles it is, you will actually pin that on that, isn't it? Guys, yes or no? You divide the articles and do it, correct? No guys, hello, yes or no? Agree, disagree, guys? Right? Yeah. So this is the same concept used in any GUI programming, my dear friends. You take it in any library, this is the concept that is used in any GUI programming, right? So initially what you will have, this wooden board. Okay, let me talk about Java now. Okay, so this wooden frame, you can call in Java this wooden frame as frame. Okay, this is basically a frame. Okay, So this is a base. Without this base, you will not be able to, create any GUI programming at all. You will not be able to paste any graphics, or you will not be able to pin any graphics. Okay, this is basically your frame, right? Now on top of it, that velvet sheet you put, that is basically called as a panel. Okay, that is called as your panel, or you can also have some other container. Okay, we'll have some other container, so don't worry about it. So this is basically called as your base, that is a frame. Okay, and panel, so this is called as your base container. The one which will actually contain your articles or contain your graphics is called as your container. And if you go and see this code of frame, it will internally have a lot of other containers, layers. Okay, it all depends, right? So we are not talking in detail about graphical user interface, because graphical user interface itself is a very big topic, which will have a separate dedicated books for it. I'm just introducing you to the basics of GUI programming that can be done in Java. Okay, now on top of it, you have something called as a panel, where that will, you can consider that as your velvet sheet. Okay, and on that velvet sheet you basically pin articles, isn't it? Yes or no, my dear friends? Okay, so these are your, components. These are your components. Okay, these two can be called as your containers which will contain the components. Okay, these will contain your components. Like articles you can see over here, they are basically called as your components. Is that okay? So similarly, in your computer science, if suppose you want to do some graphics, you want to add a button, you want to add a, image. Okay, all those image, button, text field, labels, they're all called as your components. Okay, and so frame is a place on top of which you will have panel, and on panel you will be actually pinning that. Is that okay, my dear friends? You have any doubt, you can ask me. I will wait for some time. Firasa, did you understand?
Yes, sir, I understood, sir.
Guys, are you understanding? I mean, once the class goes on, you'll be able to understand. Okay, now I know you will not be able to imagine, but yes. Okay, now if suppose I want to draw something on this, okay, all these things, I might use a pen, isn't it? If I want to use that, or I want to, make some changes, I will make use of a pen or anything like that, right? So they are basically called as your helper classes. Okay, they are as your helper. Once you draw the diagram on that, you want to draw, you want to change the font of that image or all those things, sorry, font of the letters and all that, you basically use some more classes. They are called as your helper classes. They're all categories. Okay, so basically how many types of classes are there, Firasa? Tell me. First one is what?
Three types, sir. Container classes,
1 minute, let
component
me write, yeah, 1 minute, let me write it out. First one is called as container classes. Okay, now my dear friends, they are called as your container classes, right? So what do you mean by container? They are the classes which will hold components. Correct now, my dear friends? Hello, did you understand? This is a container which will hold the components, isn't it? Hello, yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so examples I've given you. Can you see the example over there in container classes? Can you underline that? What is that? JFrame,
JFrame,
JPanel,
JPanel,
JDialog, JApplet,
JApplet.
etc. Okay, so I would be discussing about JFrame and JPanel, not the others. Is that okay? Applet
Okay.
is outdated, it's obsolete, it's no more used in today's world. Okay, so now what is the next one?
Component classes.
They are called as your component classes. They are called as your component classes. So these are the classes, okay, so which will be stuck onto the frame. They are the ones which will be hooked onto the frame, right? So example, what are they, ma?
J radio button, J text field, J button, J combo box, J label, etc.
Etc. Right? So radio button means the round one. You'll have no round buttons where you can say click, or yes or no, male or female, like that. If you have filled any forms, you'll have those buttons, right? So you'll have text field where you can, in Facebook you'll use that username, and you'll enter username and password. They are called as your text field. Okay, so you'll have your label says, in Facebook when you log in, you'll say username, password, it'll give that, what you'll have to fill. No, that is basically called as label. Anyways, don't worry, I'll be showing it to you practically, right? So this is the second kind of classes. What is the third kind of class you have, ma?
Helper classes.
You'll have some kind of helper classes, isn't it? So what do you mean by helper classes? If suppose I want to do some diagrams on that particular label, or if I want to change the font of that letters and all those things, we make use of helper classes. So what are the examples here?
Font, color, dimension, layout manager, etc.
There are plenty. So we'll only be learning basically the most important, to just give you an idea about how GUI programming works. Guys,
Okay.
okay? You want to ask me something now? I'm just waiting. You want me to ask me anything? Guys, you want me to ask me anything? Guys, you want to ask me anything? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Right. Cool. Now, so can you turn the page? 156. Can you turn the page, my dear friends? 156. 156 turn. Okay.
Yes,
So what are the basic rules for creating a simple GUI? Can you tell me, Firasat?
Create either a frame or an applet.
Okay, first thing is you have to create a frame. Every GUI, whatever GUI you create from now on, you should basically have a frame. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next.
Stick panel to a frame.
We have to stick a panel to the frame. Okay, then.
Hook up the components.
That's all, simple. Okay, so 3 rules, guys. What are those 3 rules? Can you tell me? First one is, okay, repeat once again, Firasat. First one is what?
First one is create either a frame or an applet.
Okay.
Stick panel to a frame.
Okay.
Hook up the components.
Hook up the components. Okay, so shall we do this, guys, one by one? Shall we see examples one by one? Okay.
Okay.
There is nothing much to explain. It's only about showing your APIs, right? So
Yes.
let us go to the first one. What is the first program?
My
My
public
first-
is my first GUI.
Yeah, so it's there on the screen. Can you see on the screen, guys? Can you see on the screen? Okay, so what is there? So first one is we have a public, we are creating a GUI. Okay, very simple GUI. So if I suppose I want to create a frame, what is the class name for that frame?
JFrame.
JFrame. Okay, and if I want to create the frame, I have to say new JFrame, and I'm giving a name to that JFrame. Is that okay?
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
clear? Okay. Hello. Is that okay? Okay. So if I want to show these frame on the screen, right? First thing is set size is used to set the size. Okay, in pixels where it has to be, shown. Okay, and frame.set visible says that it will enable the frame to be shown on your screen, right? And these are mandatory methods. It has to be used in every GUI that programming that you'll be doing. It is mandatory. Okay, so set default close operation jframe.exit on close. It means when I click this button, that cross button, I'll show you. When you click that cross button, the GUI has to close. Okay, for that you'll have to write this. Set default operation is when someone clicks on that exit button, they'll have to exit, right? And then set location relative to null. So basically it is telling you decide on the place. I mean, the JVM will decide on the place where it has to be placed relative to null. I'm not giving any specific considerations saying that it has to be shown here, it has to be shown there, and all that. Okay, so let me run this program, and you'll start understanding, right? So why did I give this program first? Because if I want to create a frame, these things are mandatory in every program that I'll be writing, right? So if you want to understand what each one works, right, so after the class I would recommend you to type this, okay, and remove this one by one and see the output. Is that okay, my dear friends?
Okay,
Hello, is
sir.
that okay? Did you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Okay, so I will show you the program now. Okay, because it is difficult for me to remove each and every one and keep showing you. It takes time. Okay, so what I want you to do is, okay, so after the class, remove this line and see what will happen. 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 So automatically you'll understand what happens over there. Okay, that's why I told you the class would be a little bit boring today. There is no concept like inheritance polymorphism to explain. It is just APIs that I'll have to explain. Okay, now shall I run this code? So what is this code doing? Tell me. What is this code doing, Firasat?
Creating a GUI, sir.
No, yeah, but what is the main thing? I know we are creating a GUI. What is this? We are creating a frame, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That is the first step that we have to do. No, basic rules for creating a simple GUI is what? Creating a
Creating
frame.
a frame.
That is the first step that I'm doing. I'm just creating a frame. Okay, so shall I compile this code? Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
compile this code and run this code. Java C my first GUI.java. Okay, and then I will run this code. Okay, Java my first GUI. Okay, now when I run this code, I think you can see one frame has been generated. Guys, did you see this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No? Yes, no, guys, did you see? You didn't see? What is this? Can you see this? Okay, the name of this frame is Subhash. Okay, simple, very simple. Okay, so remove the, so if I click this, no, if I click this as, now let me see here. Now see here, I'm not doing anything. Now, is my process dead? Is my process still running? Is my process still running?
Still running, sir.
It is running. That is why here it is waiting. It has not come out. The command prompt has not come. It is still
Yes,
running
sir.
because it is running over here. Okay. Shall I close this now? Shall I close
Yes.
this? If I close this and then see, I got back my shell. It means the program is now terminated. Did you see this, my dear friends? Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the use of set, default operation. That is set close on default operation. That is the use of that set default close operation by writing that exit on close. Okay. So you try this out. You'll only get to know, right? So what is the next one, Ma? What is the next one?
Next one, my first GUI
Read out
with a
line by line. I'll explain you. Later we'll see the code and all that. Okay. So
Okay.
you just explain what is happening over there. One by one. Read the line. I'll tell you what happens.
My first GUI with a component. We created a frame.
We created a frame. Okay.
We created a button.
So we created a button without a panel, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We have to create a frame, then we'll have to put a panel, and then we'll have to, on top of it, we'll have to put a button. But as I
Yes.
told you, you can also put directly onto the frame, but that is not a good practice. Let us not bother about it for now. Let us just see what is happening. Okay, tell me. So what is button? Is it a helper class? Is it a component class, or is it a container class? What is it?
Button is a component class, sir.
It is a component, correct? We are adding the component onto the
Frame.
on the frame. What is frame? On the container. So we
Container
are
class.
adding the component onto the container. The container happens to be the frame, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see if that code is there. I'm not sure if it is there. Let me check. Yeah, it is there, I think. Okay. So vi my first GUI with button.java. Okay, right. So I have created a frame over here, and then I've
Yes, sir.
also created a button over here. Okay, the button says click me. Then what is that I've done now? What is this line telling me?
Frame dot add button.
It means
We are
what?
adding a button.
Exactly. It very clearly says add this button onto the frame, isn't it? I'm
Yes.
adding this button to the frame. Very nice. It's so readable, isn't it? Okay, so onto the frame, I'm adding the button. Which button? The button that I just created over here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? The button name can be anything, my difference. You can call my button, you can just say B, you can say, what your button or whatever it is, right? So you
Okay.
can say click button or whatever it is. It is just a reference name. This is the class name. Okay, this is the reference. Okay, and then say, new J button. But J button is the class name. You'll have to create it
Yes,
like that
sir.
only. So button is only the variable name. Is that okay, my dear friends? Hello, guys, is that okay? Right now, shall I run this code? Let me see if there is something happening over here. Right. So I'm running this code. My first GUI with button.java. Okay, I'll run this code. My first GUI with button. Okay, enter key. Okay, is there a button created? Yes,
Yes, sir.
you see, guys, there is a button created which says click me. Okay, no, Firasat, is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
When I click on the button, what will happen?
Nothing will happen.
Why nothing is happening? I'm clicking. No, can you see I'm clicking?
We just created a button. We hadn't given any purpose to it.
Exactly, very good, isn't it? Okay, but can you notice, guys, I'm clicking the button, the color is changing.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see that? Yeah, but when
It's
I'm clicking,
clickable, sir.
is
Yes,
there
sir.
anything happening? Is there anything happening here? There is nothing happening, isn't it? Because I have not written any code for it, right? Now, if I click, something has to happen, no? Right? No, if
Yes.
I'm clicking it, something has to happen. So what should happen that I have to define, right? What
Yes,
should
sir.
happen if I click something, it should happen. So what is that I have to do? That I will have to, that, as Jagdish saying, that functionality has to be written. That is not written, right? So that we will learn in event handling. Is that okay? So clicking the button is an event. So when I'm handling that, so when I'm saying, something should happen, that will happen in the event handling part. Is that okay, my dear friends? I'll tell you how to do that later. Clear? Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Having said that, now I'm closing this, right? So what is the next program? What is the next program? So what did the first program do, Firasat? First program, I just created a frame, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Second program,
We created a frame with a button.
yeah, we created a frame with a button. What is the third one? Okay, what is the third concept over there?
Layout managers.
Layout managers, right? So what will layout manager do? Any idea? Thanks,
Mm,
Anusha. Any idea? Any idea?
no.
Layout manager will tell you how your components should be arranged on your container. Is that okay? Layout
Okay.
manager will tell you how your components has to be arranged on your container. Is that okay, my dear friends? Hello, yes or no? Guys, do you understand? Okay, so I'll repeat once again. Layout manager will tell you how the components has to be arranged on your container, right? So how many kinds of layout managers are there?
3 kinds, sir.
Okay, what are they?
Flow layout, grid layout, and border layout.
Okay, so it will take 3 parameters, right? No, the flow layout will take 3 parameters. What are they?
Alignment, horizontal gap, vertical gap.
Yeah, so when you are placed, see, listen to me, guys, listen to me carefully. Alignment will tell you how it has to be aligned. I'll show you that later. Horizontal gap, vertical gap will tell you between two components, how much of gap should be there. Okay, how much of gap, right? No, so this is called as horizontal gap. This is called as vertical gap. Is that okay, my dear friends? Hello, guys, can you hear me? Why are you not responding to me? Yeah? Is that okay? Right? That is what horizontal gap and vertical gap will tell you. Between two components, how much of vertical gap should be there? Okay, how much of horizontal gap should be there would be discussed by, would be told by that. Is that okay? Right. Okay. What is the next kind of layout? That is
Grid layout, sir.
grid layout also will take horizontal gap, vertical gap, as well as it also take rows,
Rows and columns.
isn't it? Okay. Next one, border
Next
layout.
border layout, horizontal gap and vertical gap.
Okay, so we'll go and see the first example, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay. So what is the name of that example?
Um, flow layout testing.
Okay, so let me open that flow layout testing. Okay, so can you tell me what is happening in this piece of code? Just see the screen and explain so that I'll move the cursor. Okay, tell me what is happening. First line.
We created a frame.
We created a frame, right? That is the basic one which is needed. Okay, then what
Yes.
happens?
Later we created labels.
Okay, we created label, isn't it, my dear friends? Okay, do
Yes,
you
sir.
know how many labels have we created?
We created 3 labels, sir.
Okay, so what is that each label saying?
F name label says first,
Yeah,
next label says middle, and last label says last.
yeah. So guys, have you seen some forms which will tell you, on the internet, first name, middle name, last name, and all that? So that is what that is basically called as your labels. Okay, no, right? Then after once it gives username, password, and all, you have to enter those names. No, they are called as what? They are called as your text boxes. Is
Text
that okay?
field.
Tell
Yes.
me. Then what
Next we
happens?
created 3 text
Exactly.
fields.
We have created 3 text fields, right? No. So this will tell you how many characters that those text fields can take. 8 characters, 1 character, and eight
Yes.
characters. Isn't it, guys?
Yes.
I've just shown you. You can try all these changes and make changes after the class, right? Then what happens?
We are adding F name label to the frame.
We are adding the first that is label to the frame. We are adding the then.
Then we are adding a text field to the frame. First
Yeah.
text field to the
Yeah.
frame.
So on the frame, first this line will add the first label, first text field. Second label, second
Second
text field.
text field.
Then
Third label and third text field.
exactly. So we have added to the frame, isn't it? Now, what
Yes.
is this telling you? What is this layout manager telling you? What is the first layout manager?
Flow layout.
Okay, flow layout. I've created a new flow layout. Now, the first one is alignment, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is alignment. So where am I aligning it? Where am I telling it to align?
Left.
I'm aligning. I asking it to align towards the left, isn't it?
Left. Yes,
So
sir.
what is that I'm asking to align it to the left? Which one? The components.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so wherever I put this flow layout, no, and that, okay, I'll tell you about that later, right? So I'm telling align the components onto the left, right? And the
Yes.
gap is 3, and vertical gap is 3, and horizontal gap is 3. Is that okay?
Yes.
Right, now come to the next one. Where am I setting the layout? To whom am I setting the layout?
Frame, sir.
I'm saying whatever components are there on the frame must be aligned as per the layout defined by this layout. So which is this F layout, guys? Tell me. Put that in the chat box. It is
Flow
flow
layout.
layout.
Yes.
Guys, I'm repeating once again. When you say frame dot set layout, I am telling that frame that, look, boss, I'm saying the JVM that whatever components are there on this frame. How many components are there on this frame? Tell me. How many components are there total? How many components are there in total? Only 3. Yeah. How many components are there? Guys, how many
Six,
components are there?
six,
Six.
sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six
Labels and
components
text
are there.
field. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 6 components are there. No, they have to be aligned according to which layout?
F layout.
F layout. So what is F layout?
Flow layout.
Oh, flow layout. So I'm saying all the components on the frame has to be aligned, according to the flow layout, and the flow layout is designed like this: flow layout dot left 3 and 3, horizontal and vertical gap. Okay, then remaining and all will be the same. So shall we run this code and see, guys, how it happens? How is it aligned? Okay, now let me run this code. Okay, Java C flow layout testing. Java flow layout testing. Okay, enter. Okay, so guys, did you see that how it is? Okay, it is towards aligned towards the left. Is that
Yes.
okay? So guys, do you want me to make any changes? I will make some changes so that you can see the changes on the screen. Okay, do you want me to make some changes? Did you see the output of this? Okay, shall I make it as right and see what happens, my dear friends? Shall I make it right and see how it looks like? Okay, first of all, let me see. This is called as label, friends. First is label. This is text field. This
Text
is
field.
again label. This is text. Why is it small? Why is it small, my dear friends? One,
We gave one
exactly.
only.
I gave only 1 character. That is why, isn't it? Now last again, this is 8 characters. This is 8 characters. Okay, I can enter the first name as 8 characters, middle as 1 character, and last as again 8 characters. That is why it is small. Okay. Now shall I make it as right and see how it would be aligned, my dear friends? Okay.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
show you how it is aligned. Okay, I'm closing it now. I'm closing this. Okay. Now let me change this code. Flow layout testing dot Java. Okay, left is there. No? I'll make it as right and see RIGHT. Right. Okay. So let me run this code. Guys, did you see how it is aligned? Okay,
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yeah, so make some changes. Again, you do other changes after the class and you'll get to know how it works. Is that okay? Right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, will you do the changes, my dear friends? Yeah. Okay, shall I make it as 8 and see one more change? We'll see what happens. I'll make 8 and see what will happen. Okay. Did you see, guys? It is again
Yes.
8. It has been changed. Okay. So please make changes and you'll get to know, right? I'll just remove those changes. Okay. Where did I make change? Left. Okay. Okay. Right. So what is the next thing, ma?
Grid layout testing, sir.
Sahil, yes, you can make it, Sahil. You can make it. Okay, no? But that is not the way. Nobody would do that, no, anyways. Okay, yeah. So what is the next layout?
Grid layout
It is
testing.
grid layout. Okay, no? So can you just open the previous page and see what all parameters it can take?
It can take rows, columns, horizontal gap, and vertical gap.
Yeah, so let me take that example. What is the name of that? Grid layout testing. Okay, grid layout testing.java. Okay, so can you explain this? What all is there? What all components are there? What the containers are there?
Yes, sir. First, we created a frame. Later, we created three labels,
Okay,
first, middle, and last.
okay,
And then we created three text fields
okay,
with characters 8, 1, and 8.
okay. 8, 1, and 8.
Later,
Okay.
later, we added the first label to the frame
Hmm.
and first text field.
Okay,
Then
huh.
we added second label, second text field, and
Hmm.
then third label and third text field.
Okay, right,
Later,
right.
we created G layout of a grid layout type.
Okay, now this is a second grid layout, correct?
And the
Earlier,
parameters we passed
the previous program we had what kind of layout?
flow layout, sir.
Flow layout, correct. Okay, then.
And we pass it to the parameters 3, 2, 3, 3, which
Yeah, what is
indicates
3?
rows, columns,
Yeah, so 3 rows
row,
and 2
2
columns.
columns,
This is okay. Okay, we are interested in this.
yes,
3 rows and
2
2
columns.
columns, isn't it? Okay,
Yes,
and then we are telling the frame that JVM that whatever components are there on the frame, the layout of those components must be arranged in the form of G layout.
G
Okay, now
layout.
so
Yes,
G
sir.
layout is nothing but grid layout,
Grid
isn't it?
layout.
So shall we see the output of this now? How it looks like, guys? Shall we
Okay,
look
sir.
at it now, guys? Shall we look at it? Hello, yes or no? Okay, right. Now let's see grid layout testing.java testing. Okay. See if there were 3 rows and 2 columns. Are there 3 rows and 2 columns?
Yes, yes, sir.
Isn't it? Okay. It is making use of the complete frame, right? No, right. So, guys, did you see that 3 rows and 3 columns? 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, no, see 3 rows and 2 columns. It is making use of it complete. Okay. So, shall I make it as 2 rows and 2 columns and see what will happen, my dear friends? Two
Uh,
rows and 2 columns. Okay, no, but we have three. I understand. We'll make 2 rows and 2 columns and see what will happen. Okay, so you'll understand. Okay, let me close it off so that you'll understand. Work like this. Okay, after the class, please make changes and see. Only then you'll know. You learn grid layout testing.java. Where is it? Here, no?
Grid layout. G layout equals to new grid layout.
Yeah. So here I will make 2 rows and 2 columns, and we'll see what will happen. Okay. What is it? It is 2 rows, right? So rows is fixed. It took automatically columns. 3 columns it took because it could not put all these things together. So the rows was 2, and it added one extra column by itself, isn't it? So we did it
Yes,
as 2 or 2 comma 2, right?
yes, sir. We did
We
2,
did
2.
2 comma 2, no? That is 2 comma 2. So it automatically adjusted like this. Guys, is that okay? So try to make changes and see what will happen, right? So you want me to make any other changes here? So shall we make 1 and 2 and see? Or why don't you do it yourself? Please do it after the session. Is that okay? Will you do it
Okay,
by
sir.
yourself, guys? Hello?
Yes, we will do.
Yes or
Sir,
no,
I have a doubt,
Nirmala?
sir. Hello.
Yes? Who is this?
Sunil Raj speaking, sir. Sunil Raj.
Ah, Sunil, tell me.
Sir, what does a 3 comma 3 after 2 comma 2 represent, sir, in the
Oh,
code?
page number 150. In the code,
Yes, sir, in the code. Grid
uh,
layout. 3 comma 2 comma 3 comma 8. What does the 3 comma 8 represent in that, sir?
1 minute, wait. I don't know which you're talking about. You're talking about. You can come to one page. Page number 157.
157, sir.
You're not listening to me.
Listening only, sir. Listening only, sir.
Come to 157.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you see that in grid layout? What is there? Rows, columns, and
Horizontal gap and vertical gap, sir.
that is what it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
It
sir.
is. I told you, no, guys. Didn't I tell you this? Horizontal gap, vertical gap.
Sir,
Hello.
I might have not heard, sir, because some network problem was there in my computer.
Okay, okay. I told you, right? No, so it is basically the gap between two components, horizontally and vertically. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Horizontal gap between two components and vertical gap between two components.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Clear, sir.
Okay, no problem. So, guys, when you're doing GUI programming, right, make changes as much as possible. Keep making changes, and you'll automatically get to know what is changing. Is that okay? Don't try to memorize these things. Okay, it is not possible to memorize. First of all, let me tell you, these things are really not asked in an interview at all. Okay, because nobody can memorize all these things. Okay, they'll only ask you the concept. How do you do GUI programming? So you have to say you need a container, you need a what is that components, and then you will need helper classes, and give some examples for containers, give some example for components, and give some example for what is that helper classes, right? And that's what they'll ask you. And if you know some APIs, you can give. Okay, for freshers I'm talking about. For experienced people, okay, if you're done GUI programming, they'll ask you an interview. If you're not worked on any kind of GUI programming project, then they'll not ask you. So don't worry on that. Is that okay? Right? But again, don't try to memorize. But what I'm trying to tell you is that when you're doing GUI programming, always try to make some changes here and there. See the output, like how I'm making changes. If you do that, you'll automatically get to know, right? So Darshini, you're talking about something called as panel. What is it? What happened? Darshini, you want something to ask me? You have something to ask me?
No, sir. Actually, second layer is panel right after frame.
It is panel. Panel
That's what I said.
kind of this thing. More about panel I'll be telling you tomorrow, in fact.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Okay.
I think we have few more examples on panel. Let me see. Yes, we have some panels also. So what happens when give me some time, I'll tell you. Okay, right? Yeah. So we'll go to the next one.
Yes, sir. Border layout.
Border layout. Okay. So now I'll show you border layout. Okay, border layout testing. Border layout testing. Okay, so what is happening here?
Here we created a frame.
Okay.
We created 5 buttons.
Okay.
Later we created B layout, border layout, and passed the parameters of horizontal gap and vertical gap as 5, 5.
We have created 5 buttons, okay, and we have created a border layout, and we have told the frame to actually set the components in the as per the B layout. B layout is nothing but border layout. Okay, so we have sent the horizontal and vertical gap over here as 5, 5. Right now, how should the button be placed? Okay, here according to the border layout. Okay, so
Yes.
Button 1 has to be placed on the border layout north. Okay, button 2 will be on border layout south, and then east, west, center. Okay, so this is how it gets arranged. Okay, I'll show you this. Okay, so when you don't give any of this, automatically it will take some adjustment and it will represent on the screen. Is that okay? But now I have covered all the sides, north, south, east, west, center. Everything has been covered. If suppose you missed any one, the remaining would be automatically adjusted over there. Correct? You can test that out after this class. Now let me show this to you. Okay, Java C border layout testing. I think it is given in the material also. Guys, did you see button 1, north, south, east,
west, and center.
And center. Okay, guys? Yeah. Okay. So now we will see panel. Guys, are you ready? Guys, is it boring? Class is boring. What do you feel? Easy, boring, not liking, not liking. What do you feel? Nice, huh? Are you serious?
Easily understandable, sir.
Easily understandable. Okay. Okay, I tried my best to make it very simple for students. Okay, but I personally, there is nothing much good concept for like how we have fun in polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, and all that. We don't have much concept. It is just directly using it. That is the way. Okay, right. Okay, cool. Now, shall we add panels, guys? Okay, first of all, Firasat, can you tell me, 1 second. Anu is asking something. Okay, sir, in page number 159, 3238. Page number 159.
Sir, actually, in the program which you run in your computer, we gave 3233, sir. But in that material, you gave 3238.
Where?
Maybe that's confusing them, sir.
Where is it? In page number?
159, sir.
Okay. What is that? It
The
is?
grid layout testing example.
Okay. Okay.
In that, in the program we executed, we gave 3233. But in the material, you have given 3238.
Okay. So what is confusing in that? There I changed it to 3. Here it is 8. That's all.
Yes, yeah, that. I
Anu,
think
can
that.
you Anu, can you please unmute yourself, Anu?
Sir, here both the 3-2 and 3-8 refers to rows and columns only, no, sir?
3 is row, 2 is column.
Column.
And then 3 will be, refer to page number 157, it will tell you.
Actually, in page number 158, we gave only 2 values, no, sir? 3, 3.
Page number 158.
158, yes, sir.
Oh, okay, where we gave? So that is flow layout, no?
That's the 3, 3.
That is flow layout, right? See flow layout.
Yes, sir.
How many parameters? In page number 157.
We are passing 2 parameters.
Where, yeah? Now you are, one second. What is your doubt? You ask me. Slowly we'll go. Tell me, what is your doubt?
No, sir, here we gave 3,
Here
comma
means
2.
where? I don't know what is here. Here means where?
Page number 159, grid layout.
Hold on. Page number 159, grid layout. Okay. In grid layout, what is happening? Tell me.
3, 2, 3, 8.
Okay. Now come to page number. That is grid layout, no? Anu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come
Yes,
to
sir.
157. Come to 157.
158, sir.
You come to 157. I know it is in 158. You come to 157.
Yes, sir. 150.
In that 157, can you see grid layout? Did you see grid layout? I've given you one bold grid layout.
Sir, actually, it is in 158 only, sir. Grid layout example.
I'm not talking about example. Yeah, I know the example is in 159. Okay. Okay. You come to 157. You come to one. You listen to me. You come to 157.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In 157, what all can you see? Tell me.
Flow layout example, layout manager, sir.
1 minute. Layout. Below that, what is there?
Nothing is there, sir.
Nothing is there.
Yes, sir. It's next page.
Next page. Hey, below that layout managers is there, no? 157 page number.
Sir, after layout managers, there is flow layout example, sir.
Guys, are we, Firasat, is that the case? Firasat, what is there in?
Yes, sir.
Firasat, what is there in 157 page number?
In 157 page number, we gave 3 parameters to
No,
flow
1 second. Yeah, you don't tell me what we gave. What is there in page number 157? We have one program in the starting.
Yes, then we have layout managers.
We have layout managers, and below that there are 3 kinds
types of layout managers.
Yeah, Anu,
Yes, sir.
what is there in that page number 177? First on the top, what is there?
One program, sir. After that,
Okay. After that, what is there?
layout managers and
After that, what is there?
layout managers, sir.
Hey, after layout managers heading, what is there below that?
Flow layout example, sir.
Yeah, in between flow layout example and layout managers, can you see something?
Sir, nothing is there, sir. Why will I
Seriously?
lie to you, sir?
Seriously, nothing is there?
Yes, sir. I swear, sir.
Can you please,
I'll send pic also, sir.
1 minute, wait. Put that pic in WhatsApp. I want to see quickly.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Take
sir.
that
1
photo.
second. Sir. 1 second.
Quickly. Quickly, I'm waiting. Yeah, no, you seriously have some problem, Anu. Seriously, you have some problem.
Sir, I had sent you, sir.
Yeah, what in between layout manager and flow layout example, can't you see anything? In between layout manager heading,
Yes, sir. 3 headings are there, sir. Flow layout, grid layout, and border layout.
that is what I'm asking you to see, you know.
Sir, actually, example you told no, sir.
What example? Seriously, I know you. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. What do you mean by nothing is there? I'm telling you, come to page number 157. You see that There are, I felt what happened. What are you doing, Anu? Seriously. In between layout managers and flow layout example, there are three headings, no subheadings, no flow layout, grid layout, border layout. It is there or not?
Sorry, actually, I thought you're
Answer my
referring
question.
to
It is there or
examples.
not?
Yes, sir, it is there, sir.
When I'm telling you to do whatever I'm telling you, it means I understood your question and I'm trying to help you out. So you have to follow my instruction. Okay, I'm telling you what is there. You're wasting so much of time here, right? No, you come to that. Did you see that grid layout there?
Now I understood, sir. Yes, sir.
Answer my question. Don't understood and all later. You come to have come
Yes.
to this page. No, listen to me. You have
Yes,
wasted
sir.
our time actually by saying that nothing is there. I really got shocked. I
Sir,
felt for a moment. Now don't talk anything. Now under grid layout, how many parameters are there?
4 parameters, sir.
What are they?
Rows, columns, horizontal gap, and vertical gap.
Come to page number 159 where you had the doubt.
Yes, sir.
Is
3,
it
2,
taking
and
4
3.
parameters?
Sir, actually, when you are
No,
saying,
no, you understood this concept. That's all.
yes, sir, I understood, sir.
Now coming to flow layout. Come to page number 158.
Yes, sir.
In 158, you told about only 3 parameters are passed, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now again come to page number 157.
Yes, sir.
How in flow layout, how many parameters are there?
3, sir.
Understood?
Alignment, horizontal gap, and vertical gap.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Is the doubt clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all. We'll go to the next concept. Okay. Yeah. So
Thank
guys,
you.
we'll now add. Okay, we'll go to. Okay. So what is the page number now, guys? Okay.
160, sir. Panels and
Okay.
subcontainers.
Yeah, panels and sub containers. Okay. So now, okay. So Firasat, tell me, how do we add these containers now on the frame? Tell me step by step. We told, right? How will we add on the in the page number 156? Now don't tell me nothing is there in 156. Something is
No,
there.
sir. There's some content, sir.
Anu gave me the shock of the life today. Right now, I think she is making April Fool in January only. Okay. Anyways,
Sir, actually, I didn't mean in that way, sir.
you didn't mean, but I meant like that only. I'm telling you what is there in between. Nothing
Sir,
is there. I will send a snapshot. I really for a moment felt what is happening. Hmm? You made me bakra today. Anyways, no problem.
sir, no,
Karan-
sir, I didn't mean in that way, sir. So why will I do like that, sir? I
Okay,
didn't
chalo.
understood, sir. That's why, sir.
Okay, fine then.
Sir,
Okay.
it didn't mean to insult you or something, sir. I'm really sorry, sir. It's my doubt. It may be silly for you, but I didn't understood, sir. Sir, I don't have any other options, sir. Then.
Nothing can be done now. Very simple. You have to,
If you
order.
scold also, it's fine for me, sir.
I
But
see.
I have to get clarified now, sir.
No,
That's
no,
why.
no. It is not about
I'm really
scolding or
sorry for
anything.
that, sir.
I told you what is there in between those two. You told me nothing is there. Okay. So if you want me to, what is that, guys? What do you call? I am forgetting English words now. Okay. So if you want me to, guys, I'm for what do you call that here? Forgive. If you want me to forgive, tomorrow from Swiggy, you have to order me some good food. What is that? I'll tell you after thinking after the class. Okay. Then only
Yes,
I'll
sir.
forgive. Yeah. Once
Yes.
Swiggy to my house, it has to come tomorrow. Is it
Sure,
okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now you'll say sure. See, in front of all people, I'm telling you, you have to order now. Okay.
Yes,
Address
sir.
and all,
Yes,
I'll tell you in the WhatsApp group later. Personally, WhatsApp me
Yes, sir.
personally, not in front of
Yes,
all you order. Okay. So personally
Okay, sir.
WhatsApp me. I will give address. You order now tomorrow. If the food comes to my home and after me eating the food, it means you are forgiven. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo.
Sir, really, I'm very sorry, sir.
It's okay. Come on. No problem. It's okay. Chalo.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
So page number 156. Okay. So what are the basic rules, Firasat? Page number 156.
Basic rules are first we have to create a frame.
Okay.
Let us stick panel to a frame.
Okay.
Hook up the components.
Hook up the components. Cool. Okay. Now we will go to page number 160.
160.
Okay. And in page number 161, we have a program, isn't it?
Yes,
I will
sir.
give you 2 minutes time, guys. So can you please go through that program? Then I'll explain. Go through that. See which frame, how many panels, and all that. Go through. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Okay. Quickly. Once you are done, please say done, okay? I'll not know, or else I'll not know. Quicksand is a kind of font, Sahil. Where is that quick font? Have I given some quick font over here? Hey, where is this fellow seeing quick font and all that? Hey, Sahil, why did you go to the next page, man? I will come and kick you now. We are in page number 161. He's going to quicksand, mud and all that. Hey, Sahil, first do this program, man. Do this now. Stick the what kind of do this program now. Page number 161. Zeba, so soon you did? Zeba, you did so soon? Don't lie. You should do it. I'm giving you time for you to do. Only then you'll understand. You'll understand. Guys, go slowly. If you have a pen and a paper, put that over there. You'll be able to understand. Once you understand, then it'll be easy for me to explain it to you. Okay, so that you understand better. The bottom would be frame. On top, we'll be adding panels. On panel, we'll be adding containers. Sorry, components. Please do it once by yourself and then we'll proceed. If you're finding it difficult, say difficult in the chat box. If you're finding it difficult, say difficult in the chat box. Okay, everybody are feeling easy. Okay. Done? Okay, Firasat, you're done? Hamsini, done. Okay. Done?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, so shall we go and do it now?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now explain me how to do it.
Okay, sir. First, we created a frame.
First, we created a frame. How many frames are there in this program?
There's
Guys,
only one
even you
frame.
can put that in the chat box. Okay, the question that I'm asking to Firasat, you can also answer. Okay, so how many frames are there, Firasat?
Only one frame, panel
Okay,
testing.
so one frame is there. Okay, one frame is there. Okay, then this one.
Later, we created a panel 1.
So we have one panel one, isn't it? This is frame, is it? This is what is the name of the frame? This is frame.
Panel testing.
Okay, this the frame name is frame. Okay, then we have panel testing, isn't it? No,
Yes,
it is
sir.
not panel testing. No, it is panel one. Oh,
Panel
you're saying frame name.
one.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm just referring to this one. Don't use a panel testing. Reference to the reference. Give me the reference name.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
right. It's frame. Right. Then we have panel one.
Panel 1.
Okay, let me call it as
In
panel
panel-
one. 1 minute,
Okay.
1 minute. Let me write it. So this you have panel one. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you have panel one. Okay, then
We used the grid layout.
so we are defining a grid layout, isn't it?
Grid layout, yes, sir.
What is the grid layout? What is that? What is the rows and columns? How many rows and how many columns?
3 rows, 3 columns.
3 rows and 3 columns and zero gap for vertical gap and this thing, isn't it?
0,
There is
0,
no
yes,
gap.
sir.
Okay, 0, 0. Right. Okay. When we say 0, 0 also, there will be slight gap. Okay. I mean, very ignorable gap kind of thing. Anyways, let's not bother. Oh, next.
We are telling panel 1 to set the layout according
So
to G
whatever,
layout.
yeah, it means whatever components we are putting into panel one, that should be following what layout? Grid
G
layout.
layout. Grid
That is
layout.
grid layout, isn't it, my dear friends? Yes or no? You understood so much? We have a frame, we created a panel, and whatever components we are going to add to this panel would be or must be added in the form of grid layout. Correct? No? Okay. Next,
We have a for loop.
we have a for loop, isn't it? Yes, we have a for loop, right? So how that loop will run for how many times?
9 times, sir.
9 times it will run, isn't it? So what am I
Yes.
adding? 9 times what am I doing?
We are adding buttons, sir.
We are adding what button? J button, right? We are
J
adding
button.
buttons, isn't it, my dear friends? We are adding, right? So what would be there on the button actually? What would be printed on the button?
Uh,
Numbers, no?
Numbers, yes, sir.
Yeah. So how many buttons are we adding now? 9 buttons from 1 to
9 buttons adding, sir.
from 1 to 9 we are adding,
9.
and
Yes,
below
sir.
that we also are adding one 0 button, start button, and stop button,
And
isn't
stop
it?
button.
So,
Totally.
totally how many buttons are there?
12
12
buttons.
buttons. 12 buttons, isn't it, my dear friends? 12 buttons. Okay. And the grid layout we have set as 3 rows and 3 columns, but the number of components that we are adding to the button are more, so it will automatically get adjusted, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I showed you that it will get automatically adjusted to how many rows? 3 rows. Rows are fixed, but columns would get increased. I showed you that in the previous example, right? So there are buttons which got adjusted like this. So panel 1 is done, isn't it, my dear friends? Hello, is it okay till here? Till here, okay? Right? Okay. Next, what happens, ma? Tell me.
Next, we created another panel, panel 2.
So we have created one more panel, isn't it? So we call this as panel 2, right? We have created panel 2. Next.
We used the border layout. We defined panel layout of border
Okay.
layout type.
So we are creating a border layout. Okay, right. And we are telling that this panel, whatever components we are adding to this panel, must follow which layout? Border
Panel
layout.
border layout, yes.
Border layout. Okay, no? Yeah. So border layout. Then what happens? Tell me, what are we adding to this?
We are adding a new text field, J text field.
We are adding a text field, but where are we adding that text field?
North
To the north, isn't it?
yes.
We are adding one text field to the north, correct? Okay, we added one text field. Okay, so what should it say inside this? It should say display time here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It should say display time here.
Here.
Okay, right. Then what happens?
Later, we are adding panel 1 to panel 2.
That's all, no? Only so much, nothing else we are adding here?
Yes, sir, that's it. Sir.
That's all, no? Okay, we are adding. Okay, then what are we doing? We are adding this
Panel
panel
1 to
1.
panel 2.
Okay, we are taking this and we are putting it over here, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in border layout, so border layout north, we have added this. So whatever is remaining would get adjusted with this, isn't it? So it
Yes.
will become like this. So this is panel 1, isn't it? So panel 1 is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12
like
buttons.
added, right? No?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
right. So we have panel 2, panel 1 was there. We are adding panel 1 into panel 2 that got adjusted like this. Okay, right. Then
later, we defined frame layout of type border layout.
okay, so border layout, frame layout is equal to new border layout. Okay, then
We
so
told
we are
set
saying
layout.
that okay, so we are setting the frame. So whatever components we are adding to this frame must be in the format. Okay, what is that
Frame
format?
layout.
Should be
Border layout.
This one also should follow border layout. Okay, it should arrange in the form of border layout. Okay, then what am I doing?
Later, we are adding J button.
We are adding one button to this, isn't it?
Center,
Okay.
in the center, sir.
Okay, we are adding it in the center. Okay, right. So when I add, though I add it in the center, when I add something else, that will get compressed. Is that okay? It will
Okay,
get compressed, right? So we are adding one button over here, which I'll call it as click here or something, isn't it? Click here. Okay, then what happens?
Then we are adding panel 2 at the east.
Okay, so did you see? I'm taking this panel and adding it to the east of this frame, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So what will happen here? So here, this is display time here, display time here. Okay,
And panel 1 there.
yeah, here panel 1, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
444 thing would be there, correct? No. So what all we have? We have one frame. Okay, and on the frame, okay, we have one button. This is button, isn't it? This is J
Yes, sir.
button.
J button.
And then what we have? We have panel 2. This is panel 2. Inside panel 2, we have a text field.
Panel 1.
And inside this, we also have one panel 1. Isn't it, my dear friends? Guys, did you understand how this picture goes on? How it is working? Okay, quite simple, no? So if you do it yourself and then I explain, it will be easy for you to understand, relate, right? So let me run this code. Okay, so Java, what was the name of this program? Okay, panel testing. Is there a panel testing over here? Yes, there is panel testing.
Panel
Java C panel testing.java. Okay, vi panel testing. Sorry, run the code, right? So Java panel testing. It is happening over here. Is that okay? Guys, is that okay, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Basically, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any event handling, right? No, I'm just, showing you how to place things. Okay, right. Guys, is that okay? Shall I proceed further? Guys, easy, difficult, boring. What do you feel? What do you feel, guys?
Easy, sir.
Easy? Okay, right. So Zeba is asking, can we edit in the output, sir? Zeba, I did not understand your question, Zeba. Zeba, can you unmute yourself? What do you mean by that, Zeba? I did not understand. I didn't get what you're asking. Zeba. Okay, no problem. We'll just do it. Okay, right. So what is the next concept? What is
Next
the
is
next
adding colors to your GUI.
GUI. We are adding colors to the GUI. Okay, now.
Yes.
So now we will make use of some kind of helper classes, isn't it? We'll have helper classes. Okay, can you go through that? Can you go through the program?
Yes, sir. First, we created a frame.
We created a frame. Okay.
Later, we defined C of form color.
We have a color class, isn't it? We have a
Yes, sir.
color class. So color class is basically called as a helper class, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we have this 35, 67, 97. Guys, any idea what is that? 35, 67, 97?
RGB percentage.
Exactly, yes, it is RGB values. They are RGB values. Okay. Red, green, blue. That combination will give you a different color. Okay, no?
Yes.
Right. And then the next line is very important. Frame dot get content pane. Get content pane is a method which will be but it will give you one more layer on top of frame to add all your colors and all those, to enable your colors, not for the color to be visible and all that. It will give you one more layer, and it will allow to keep all your helper classes on that particular layers. Okay, so you don't need to worry how it is being working underneath and all that. It is basically a layer. Okay, there are more than the old JVM, I mean the old GUI layers and all, where almost 6 to 7 layers are there, right? So content pane is one of the layer which will help you keep objects, all helper related classes or helper related objects. Okay, so here we are saying get content pane and set the background C. Did you see that? I'm setting the background to the color C. I'm placing that object, color object, on that content pane. Okay, to this to bring that color. Okay, so the remaining and all same. So let me show you that here. Okay, what is the name of this program?
Add color to frame.
Add color to frame. Okay, so Java C add color to frame dot Java. Okay, so if I run that, what is this color? Some color we have got. Okay, so shall I change the color, guys? Shall I change the color and show it to you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
What color you want?
Let's try that program answer 35, 67, and 97.
Shall I make 000 first?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. What is 000? Black.
Black. Okay.
Is that okay, guys? Hello? Yes or no? Okay, so can you do that by yourself here? 35, 67, 97 and all that?
Yes, sir. We'll do, sir.
You can do by yourself. Okay, right. What about the next one?
Next one, color. We created the same frame.
In page number 168.
Yeah, 160.
160. No, sorry. 162.
162, sir.
Yeah, correct. 162.
We created a frame. Later, we didn't create any C. We directly gave color dot red.
Yeah, so we just said color dot red, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So let me write it over here. Color dot red. Red. Okay, red.
Sir, there's no color C equals to new color.
Sorry,
Sir.
here.
In set background, we give.
Got it. Okay, so here. Red. Okay. So what does this say? What is color? When you say color dot red, what is the meaning of that?
Only the red color will get printed. Sir.
Yeah, that is okay.
During
No,
the
I didn't ask you that. I'm asking you if I say color as a class name, and when we have
Yes.
a red, what is the meaning of that?
Method.
What is it?
Red of class color, sir.
Correct. Yeah. So this is a color is a class.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And what is red?
Object.
Oh my God, Zeba is telling red object of class color.
Red
Object of class color. No, yeah. What is red? Okay. Do you remember math.py? Do you remember math.py, my dear?
Pi static method.
Pi is not a static method. Random is a static method. What is pi? Py. Public static final. It's a static variable.
Yes, sir.
Static variable. Public static. Okay. You remember I told you public static int. Public static final int pi is equal to. public static int final, final int pi. Guys, you remember or not? It's a final
Yes, sir.
variable whose value
Final,
cannot be
yes.
changed. Hello, it's a static variable, my dear friends. It's a static, it's a basically called as constant. Remember, you can go back and what is the page number, guys? Anyone can help me out with the page number? Can anyone help me with the page number, guys? I think I would have told you somewhere. I remember I would put this in the material. I'm not sure where it is. Okay, go to page number 85. Go to 85, my dear friends. Go to page number 85. In 85, can you see that? How can I declare a global variable as we do in C? Did you see that public static final double pi is equal to, okay, 3.14159. Okay, so public
Final,
static
by
final. Did
using
you see that,
static
guys?
final.
Yeah, that is
Yes.
basically a static variable. It's a constant. It's a global constant, right? Anyways, okay, so color is a class and red is a constant. Now let me run this code. It becomes red. Okay, so you can try some other color also and you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, guys, is that okay? Right?
Okay.
Fine. So come to the next one. Yeah, what is the next one?
Changing your buttons font.
Changing your buttons font, isn't it? Okay, so what does it say? So we have one more helper class. What is that helper class there?
Font, sir.
Font is a helper class, isn't it? So let
Yes.
me see if I have here. I've put that here. My first GUI with button. My first GUI with button font. Okay, right. So what is that?
We created a
In the
frame, a
book,
button.
yeah, in the book, what is the font?
Times New Roman.
In the book,
In the
page number 163, it is there. See there in the page, new font, quicksand or something. I've put.
quicksand.
Is here. What is the font that I've given?
Times New Roman.
Okay, and I'm saying the font should be
Italic.
plus it should be bold, isn't it?
Bold and italic, yes, sir.
Bold and italic, and the size should be 20. Okay,
Yes.
right. So
Yes.
I'm so what I'm. Did you see that? Said foreground color is for the button. The foreground color should be red and the background color should be green. Okay, so I've set the font to font, right? If you opaque is actually asking you to actually telling the JVM to make the font visible, asking him to make the font as visible, show it to the show it on the screen. It's making it visible, right? There is one more method to do it. Without that, it will not work.
Just
right?
like set visible type, sir.
It is kind of set visible, right? So it does a lot of other activities internally. Okay, so to make sure that the color is been appearing on the on the container, right? So let me show that to you. What happens? Okay, so did you see this?
Yes, sir.
Italic, it's bold. Okay, set foreground color, set background color. Okay, everything is given. You can even arrange this properly by using border layout, north, south, and you can give this idea. You'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so this is basically to do a. So shall I change it to quicksand and see, guys, how it looks, guys? Shall I change it
Okay.
to quicksand and see how it looks? Okay, let me change it to quicksand. Or any other font you want other than quicksand? Any other fonts you need? Okay. Do you know any other font? Georgia. Okay, we'll try Georgia and Arial Calibri. Okay, so we'll find, first we'll see button font dot Java. First we'll make quicksand, okay? We'll see quicksand. There's 1 second, my program got stuck. Yes, Sunil, you can change the size of the button and all that. The moment you add other components into that button, automatically the button size would get readjusted using your grid layout and all that. No, grid layout, flow layout. Okay, try making changes. You will only get to know. Add some extra buttons to it. Okay, automatically the size will get changed. What is that here? What is that? Quicksand, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Guys, I'm just showing you the basics of GUI. There are a lot of things that you can do. If you're interested in GUI programming, you can take some books just dedicated to graphics in Java. Okay, that will not have any object-oriented concepts. It will only give you a lot of APIs. There is a change, is it? Is there a change? Guys, is there a change in this? What do you feel?
Yes, sir. Change. There's a change.
Okay, so I'll add one more. Let us see. Okay, let me add one more change to this. What is one more? Can you give me one more first GUI with? Oh, there is a change, is it? There is a change. Okay, there is a change. Okay, right. So guys, others, can you try by yourself? Okay, let us not, you can just try the size and font and all those things, right? Okay. Guys, is that okay? Will you try by yourself?
Okay, sir.
Guys, will you try by yourself? Okay, cool. Right. What is the next one, Ma?
Adding borders.
Okay, we'll add borders. So what are the borders? Guys, can you quickly go through the program and then I'll explain it to you. First, go through the program. 163. Okay, go through the program quickly. Guys, done?
Yes, sir.
Done? You got an idea?
Yes, sir.
What about others? Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, first of all, shall I show you the program, guys? I'll run this code and show what happens, and later we will see. Is that okay? First we will see. Okay, so what all can you see here? Firasat, what all can you see?
Sir, I see 3 buttons.
First is frame, no?
Yeah, yes, sir. First is frame.
Okay, then we have one button.
We have two.
We have one button here, one button here. I don't think this is a button. I'm not sure. I don't know what is there inside the code. I forgot. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you see something here? I am here, buddy. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Guys, do you see that? Hello. 1 second. Guys, did you see that? Something says it is called as tooltip text. It is a,
Okay.
it's a tooltip text. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Guys, did you see the cursor? Hand cursor. This is hand cursor, my dear friends. It is hand cursor. Okay. Then what is this? We have labels. Did you see labels?
Yes, sir.
It is orange, and then we have red, and we have also added border to it. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
We have border, one border here, we have a border here, we also have a border. Did you see that? 3 buttons
Yes,
is a
yes,
border,
yes,
2 labels is a border. Did you see one border I've added here also? Guys, did you notice it? Borders are there which says 3 buttons, 2 labels and all that. Okay, so go through the code now. We'll see what is there. Go through the code.
Yes, sir. In the code, we created a frame.
We have a frame. Okay, what is the name of the frame?
And the name of the frame is my frame.
Okay, see the screen now. My frame is there. Is that okay? We have
Yes,
created
sir.
a frame which is my frame.
Then we created a panel, panel 1.
Okay, we have a panel. Then
Then we defined F layout of flow layout type.
okay, flow
It
layout
gave
and
alignment left
okay,
alignment, and one as horizontal and vertical gap.
okay.
Later we set layout to flow layout type
We are making the panel. We are telling
to
the JVM that whatever
to
components
set
are
the
adding to,
components.
either I will say or you will say,
You say, sir.
whatever components we are adding to the panel, no, that should be arranged, as per the flow layout, is what it says, isn't it? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Virasat,
Yes,
yes or
sir.
no? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. So we have created a frame, we have created a panel, and we have told that the panel should be, the components on the panel should be arranged in flow layout. Okay, then.
We created 3 buttons.
Okay.
Later, B left dot. We
What is the
set
name?
the
So we have a left button, center button, and
center
a
button
right
and
button.
right button.
Yeah, so even this is a button, isn't it? So right is
Yes.
also, it look like label for me. Okay, it is a button. Okay, then.
Then we set the foreground color of B left to green.
Okay, we have made it as green. Yes, okay.
Then we set the foreground color of B center to red.
B center to red. Okay, huh. Okay.
We
B center
set
to red.
tooltip text.
We are setting tooltip text for where? For which
B
one?
right, sir. For
For
B
the
right
right one. For the this button. See here, for this you don't get that text, isn't it? For this
Yes.
you don't get that text over here, but for this button we get that text. Guys, did you notice it? Because we have set the tooltip text for the right button, isn't it, my dear friends? For the right button only. Okay, then what is that?
Then
What is the text? I
said-
am here, buddy.
I am here, buddy.
Okay, then.
Then we set border
Okay, so for which
of
one?
color black.
Set border for what? You should say border. We are setting the
B
border
right,
for
for B right
for
button.
B right. For this button, we are setting the border, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
And what is the border color?
A black color, sir.
And what is the border? That is a line border, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is called as line border, correct?
Line
No, so we
border.
have given the line border with a thickness of 6.
Yes, sir.
This is a 6 thickness. Okay, no? Then.
Then we have set a border to panel 1.
Huh.
That
So
is
all these are
border.
in panel 1? No, right? We'll see. Okay. Then we have set the border for panel 1, and that is nothing but and we have given a border. What is the border? Titled border.
Titled border.
This is line border. This is titled border, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And what is the title? We have given 3 buttons.
3 buttons.
Okay, then.
We added B left, B center, and B right buttons to the panel 1.
Okay, we have added to the panel 1. Okay, and we also have the cursor. What is the cursor we
We
have
set
added?
the cursor. Here in this one, hand cursor.
In the program, I think I have put hand cursor, but in the text, in the material, it is given crosshair cursor.
Crosshair
Isn't it?
cursor. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me add that and show it to you. Crosshair cursor. Okay. So I don't know what I've added. Let me see. Okay. It is not Java. So what is it we have added? Yeah, it is hand cursor. So we will
Yes.
make it as crosshair cursor. I think the cursor will change. Crosshair cursor. Okay, and there are different types of cursors. Okay, hand cursor. Hand cursor. Okay. Yeah, did you see crosshair?
Yes, sir.
The cursor changed. Guys, did you see? Notice the cursor changed. Hello? Yes or no? Okay, right. Then what happens? Tell me.
Then we created 2 labels, O label and R label, orange and red.
Okay, we have created 2 labels, orange and red. Okay.
Yes, sir. Later we set it a border for R label, line border of
For
color
R-
red and thickness
Okay.
6.
Okay. So we have not added, the border for orange. That is the J label for O label, isn't it? You're not
Yes,
adding
sir.
any border. Okay, then.
We just set it foreground for O label, that is orange.
Okay, right. Okay,
Later, we created another panel, panel 2.
okay,
We defined G layout of grid layout type and passed parameters for rows, columns 1, 2,
Hmm.
and the gap 5 and 5.
okay.
We told the compiler to set the components of panel 2 in a grid layout
Okay,
method.
great. Okay, fine, cool.
Uh,
So fine. Then. I
later,
think, guys, that is enough, no? I think everybody understood, isn't it,
Yes.
Firasat? Then
Yes, sir.
finally adding panel 1 and panel 2 onto the frame. That's all, guys.
Yes,
Is that
that's
okay?
it, sir.
Clear, no? Guys, make changes and you'll get to know. Okay, it's quite simple, right? Okay, so shall we go to the next one, last one?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, tell me what is it?
Playing with icons.
Okay, playing with icons, isn't it? So playing with icons. Okay, so we'll first see what is happening.
Okay, sir.
Okay, first of all, let us run this code and see what is happening. Oh, I have a big frame over here. Okay, then, okay, so it is saying click me. So I clicked. Guys, I'm clicking it. When I click, there is a flower coming up. Okay, when I remove that, there is a dog. And then, when I move this, when I come out of this, do you see the arrow mark? When I'm coming out of this, there is a burger image. Guys, do you see that? Okay, now by default, when this image comes up, it is here, guys. When the cursor is not on the frame, it is burger. When I bring it to the frame, it is a dog. When I click on this, it will actually give you a flower. Okay, now did you see that? Isn't it, guys? Okay, so how does it work? Let us see this now. Okay, so what's happening here? Okay, tell me. So if I want to represent the images, I need to have represent it in the form of objects, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So to represent images, we have, icons, basically image icon, image icon, image icon. One image icon is representing flower, other one dog, and the third one burger, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we click the button, what is happening? We are adding a new button. So when it says click me, and then it says what? Burger.
Burger.
Okay. So by default there is a button. Okay, which says click me, and whatever we see is on the image on the button. Okay. So you can see that on the button by default, when you say set pressed icon, when we press that icon, it actually becomes a flower. Okay, and when we roll over, it becomes a dog. Okay, so by default, it would be what? It would be burger. By default, it is burger. Okay, and because I'm telling this by default, okay, on the J button, you please put a burger icon. Okay, so the button icon is burger, and when we press on it, it becomes a flower. Okay, and when we roll over it, it becomes a dog. Okay, and the remaining is, and on the frame we have added the button. That's all. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so guys, I think I think this is the most boring chapter you had in the entire Java session. What do you feel? Isn't it, guys? Yes or no? What is your opinion? I felt I never even, I don't enjoy this class because there is nothing much to explain. It's all about APIs. Okay, but it is my duty. Huh?
Easiest one, sir.
Easiest one. Okay, because normally I just, because it is my duty that I have to just give you the touch upon graphics. That is why I just gave you this touch upon. Okay, so I think tomorrow also we might have a boring session. Okay, so be prepared for it, but let me try to make it as interesting as possible. Okay, guys, so shall we meet tomorrow, guys? Thank you. If it is interesting, very good, very
I
nice.
have doubts, sir.
Yes.
Sir, from where it will pick the images, sir? You have not specified the location, no, sir.
I have given here. Okay, good question. Okay, I've given here, no, flower.png by default. Okay,
You are just giving the name of the.
Correct. By default,
Yes,
it is taking from the current directory. That is this.
Oh, for that directory we have to give that, sir.
This my program is in the current directory. See here, it will take
Okay,
from the
sir.
current directory. If suppose this was there, burger was there in my previous directory, that is some other directory, right?
Okay, sir.
Wait, let me see if I have any picture there. On the desktop, I have a GIF. GIF is not possible. We need an image. Okay, so you'll have to give the exact location where it is present.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In this example, it is in the current directory.
Okay, sir.
You pick up from
So
the current directory.
the image should be in the current directory. So to
No,
compile the program.
it can be in any directory, but provided
Okay,
you
sir.
have to say where it is.
the location you have to paste.
Compiler will not give you, if suppose you are writing the image, okay, I mean if you are having an image in some other directory, compiler will not give any error. During runtime, JVM is trying to find that image, and if it is not there, JVM will give you an error.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Guys, just to practice all these programs once, you will have fun and make some changes and see, you will only understand. Okay, fine guys. Okay, chalo guys, meet you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye bye, see you.